Hello and welcome to another do-it-all-yourself project. Today's project is going to be a repair project, and it's actually one that's very common. So I have a leaky fill valve of a toilet flusher system. So here's what we're going to be working on fixing today. I have a toilet flusher system with a fill valve that is leaking. It constantly leaks water once the valve has filled up. Here's what it's doing. So as you can see, the tank is full, but there is a leak of water right there. It's constantly seeping water all the time. Now when you have something like this, you know that your fill valve is actually done. It has reached the end of its life. These fill valves, these plastic ones, are usually not repairable. So you can't really repair the fill valve itself. So what you do is you get a fill valve repair kit. Here's one that I've used multiple times before. Comes as a kit. It's a fill valve and flapper kit. Today we're going to be focusing more on the fill valve, but I'll briefly touch on how you can fix the flapper. So the first thing you're going to do when you have something like this is turn off the main valve for your toilet flusher system. And that will completely shut off the water going into the fill valve. As you can see, I cut the water off so I no longer hear this hissing. And now we're ready to dissect what's going on and start replacing some things. So in a toilet flusher system, there's a couple things that can go wrong. You can have a leaky fill valve. If you have a fill valve like this, you can have a broken float that doesn't quite adjust or doesn't stop. That's why you have an overflow valve right here. This is an overflow valve. So if the water for some reason keeps filling the tank, it'll reach a point where it goes into your overflow valve to prevent the tank from overflowing all the way up and over onto the floor. So in my case today, the fill valve is what's broken, but you can also have a leaky flapper. The flapper is made of rubber, so over time it can degrade. You can have flappers that look like this. Typically over time they will degrade and they will start to leak water constantly into the toilet itself. I don't have that problem right now, and my flapper is in actually pretty good shape. There's a couple of schools of mind here, a couple of ways you can approach this. If you're replacing the fill valve itself, it doesn't hurt to actually replace the flapper, especially if it comes in a kit like this. But in my case, my flapper system is a little bit different. It is actually in pretty good shape, and it's not one of those flappers like this. It's more of a covered system, and when you push the flusher, it raises the entire thing, as I'll show you here in a minute. So a quick overview for how a toilet flusher system works for those who haven't dealt with something like this before. You have a water valve right there where you can control or turn off the water on and off going into the fill valve. The fill valve is a single pipe typically that goes from the outside into the inside of the tank and controls the flow of water. So when the tank is drained, it fills up to a specific point and then shuts off the water. And then you have the flapper system and then the flusher lever itself on the outside. So when you push the flusher lever down, it pulls onto the flapper and lets the water tank empty into the toilet bowl. So pretty simple system. Has about 4 main components: main water shutoff valve, fill valve, flapper, and then the flusher lever. So at this point, I turned off my water valve, so no water is going to flow into the fill valve. I've emptied most of the tank water, but I still have some water down here that I'm going to have to drain. The reason why I have to drain this water is, as part of making this fix, I'm going to have to unscrew the fill valve from right here and unscrew this nut right there and disconnect my main water valve. I'm going to pull the fill valve out and put the new one in. So when I unscrew this nut right there, whatever water is left in the tank will end up draining. So I'm going to drain it manually with a cup like that, so I can limit and reduce the amount of water that's going to flow out once I disconnect that nut. Pretty simple system. This is very common, and the reason why I wanted to put this video together is to show how simple and easy it is to repair something like this yourself. So first order of business, use a plastic cup and drain all the water from the tank out to reduce any water that would seep out. So I drained most of the water out of the toilet, and now I'm going to go ahead and throw an old rag into the tank to soak up any leftover water that is still in there. The idea here is to minimize any water that's left that would leak out of the fill valve connection at the bottom right there. So I'm going to take my time to do that because that's going to save me time down the road when I'm disconnecting the fill valve. So soak up as much of that water and then just squeeze the water out of the towel and then repeat until most of the water is gone. So here it is after a few rounds of using the rag to soak up all remaining water in the tank. There's almost no water left at all whatsoever. You could use a sponge if you have something like that. That would also work just a little bit better even because you can soak up more water per time. But it took me just a couple of, or exactly maybe 4 rounds of soaking up the water with the rag and then squeezing it out and repeating it. So now at this point, the water tank is completely empty. The water valve is shut off. So next, we're going to go ahead and use a wrench, just like this. You can use an adjustable wrench if you want, or one of those wrenches, grip wrenches like the one you see right here. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the fill valve as well as the water valve connection. Go ahead, grip the nut, and then twist. After a few rounds, the water valve itself will start to come loose, and then you'll have to hold the water valve while you unscrew the nut. So now the nut at the bottom that's holding in place is loose. You can just unscrew it. And then next, we'll also disconnect the water line itself, which is right here. So right now, both the water valve is loose from the water tank itself, and the water line is also loose. So I'm going to go ahead and manually disconnect the water line. Keep in mind that there's still some water left in the water line, so make sure you have a rag ready under the water valve. So as soon as I'm done disconnecting it manually, you can see some water is going to leak out, and then you're ready to kind of capture that. Make sure it doesn't go all over the place on the floor. So water line is now disconnected. Here's the nut that's holding the water valve in place. That's all off. So at this point, the water valve is completely loose. So all you gotta do is pull it out, just like that. So this is the old water valve. There is no use for this anymore. This is just gonna get thrown away. Now we're ready to install the new water valve. So here's the kit that I got. I'll leave a link below if you're interested. I've used this multiple times, but the fill valve and the flapper come as a single kit. Like I said earlier, you could choose to replace the flapper since you're already doing all this work and all these steps. But if it's in a good shape, you can also choose to not do that. So it's up to you. In my case, I know this is a pretty solid flapper. I'm just going to focus on the fill valve for today. So there are multiple kinds of fill valves, and it's worth going over the different kinds. Here's my old fill valve right here, and that has a float that moves up and down. So when the float moves up to a configurable level, it will turn the fill valve off and it will shut off the water. Newer kinds like this don't actually have a float. When the water gets up to a specific point right here, it simply shuts off. The idea here is that this float could be a point of failure. If the float fails to shut the valve off, the water will continue to flow into the water tank. And that could cause some problems if you don't have a functional overflow pipe like this one, where when the water gets up to it, water just flows into the toilet, preventing any further overflow outside the tank into and onto the floor. What's nice about this kind of fill valve is that it does not have a float. It still has a shut-off mechanism, and it's also configurable because you can adjust the height of the pipe, and when the water gets to the water level that shuts off the valve, just as the same way as you adjust the float over here. But because there is no float, you don't have another point of failure in the system that can cause an overflow. So I prefer these kinds because there's no float involved. So installing the new fill valve is actually pretty easy. It's in the same exact order. We'll go ahead and plug this into the water tank and use the nut that came with it to tighten it from the very bottom. Once we secure this, we're going to go ahead and connect the water line and check for any leaks. So new valve in. Be aware of where the output of the fill valve is, because we're going to tie a small rubber hose into this that fills the tank. So now that this is in place, I'm going to go ahead from below and attach the nut. Now in this case, you don't have to use a wrench or anything like that. You can just hand tighten and make sure that's tight enough that it's securing that water tank and not allowing any water to leak out of this specific spot. Next, we'll attach the water line. Now most of these water lines that have a rubber insert like this that would simply seal the bottom of the water valve pipe to prevent any leaking of water out. I'm going to hand tighten all of this, and then we're going to do a quarter turn tightening with the wrench. When you're doing this, make sure that you relieve any tension, any twisting that happens to the water line itself. You don't want to tighten the nut onto the water valve pipe and then have your water line actually twisted. So be aware of that as you're tightening. And there we go. I'm going to push on the water valve from the top while tightening the nut at the bottom, making sure that it's pretty secure and tight enough. So at this point, the fill valve is attached to the tank. The water line is attached to the fill valve. The next step is I'm going to attach this rubber water line to the fill valve output right here. So here's the rubber line, and then there's a clip that gets attached to the end, and you simply attach this to the main pipe that you have, the flapper valve pipe. At this point, we're ready to test. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the water valve. Do it slowly, so if there's any leaks, you can stop and fix as needed. So far so good. So I've got the water valve turned on all the way. You can see the water filling. The fill valve is still in the tank. It's almost to the water level. And as you can see, the water slowed down because it's filling this little mini chamber right here. So the fill valve chamber right here is now full. It reached the water level, and then it shut off the water valve. So at this point, I know that I need to adjust the water level. I want the water to be a little bit higher to fill the tank a little bit more before it shuts off. So the way to fix that is to simply twist the main pipe and adjust its height to raise the water level. So as you can see, I raised the water level by raising the pipe height of the fill valve. This made the water go a little bit higher, fill the tank before it shuts off. Now you may choose to also replace your flapper at this point. It's pretty simple, 2-minute change. If you want to do that, that's pretty easy. So here's another example of the flapper that could go back. As you can see, this is just an old style flapper. It's not the one that's covered in the toy that I'm trying to fix. So this flapper, they're really easy to replace. All there is to it is 2 rubber attachments, one on every side of the main pipe right here. This is a different toilet than the one I'm trying to fix, but I'm going to go ahead and replace this one. This one is actually pretty old, so you just simply remove the 2 sides and then you unclip the chain right here from the lever. Then you simply put the new flapper in, just like that. It's as simple as this. It's just 1-minute fix. I'm doing it one-handed while I take the video for it. And attach this to the lever right here. So that's it's as simple as that. But that's how you replace a standard flapper in a toilet. So while you're at it, while replacing the fill valve, you can go ahead and do this in 1 minute. So at this point, I call this project a success. Let's go ahead and put things back like they used to be. Now, I no longer hear a hissing sound or any leaks from the flusher system. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.